30 seconds.
The announcement causes a sharp pain in my chest. The time has finally arrived. I step towards the glass tube in front of me. I turn around to see Kristalina, my stylist, give me one final nod. And suddenly, everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. The cylinder begins to rise and my mind races with what I am about to be met with. Snow? Desert? A blinding light hits me and suddenly I am in a field. I look to my left and see the girl from 12 with her braid. She looks as disorientated as I feel. The boy from 12 seems to be shaking his head at her. The countdown begins, and I know in this moment my game of life is just beginning. Oh no. As the countdown comes to its bitter end, I spy a backpack. Just run for the bag, Tyler, my inner voice says in a melancholy tone. And suddenly it's begun. I run towards the bag, grabbing it, and suddenly I am face down in the grass. I look up and see the girl from 2 approach me. Poor little hoe, right there. I raise my hands to protect my face from an imminent attack and... nothing. I lower my hands to see her standing solid frozen. Suddenly, one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I look at my hands and for 1 second consider the impossible. Can the legends of my district be true? There was only one way to find out. Oh no, I think. I'm going to have to get wet. I jump up, taking one last look at the girl from 1 who stands frozen from my newly discovered ice powers, water. If I'm to know the truth, I have to find it. Suddenly, I come across a stream. As I go to jump in, I pause. Do I really have a special power that I'm not afraid to use? I jump in. Almost instantly, I get a strange sensation across my body and suddenly, a tail appears. So it's true. I am no ordinary boy. I come to the surface and am met by an arrow pointing directly at my head. This is it. The careers have got me. But as I open my eyes, I see that it's not the careers at all. It's Katniss Everdeen. Katniss raises her arrow back to me.
What are you, a capital mutt? No, I'm the boy from 4! Remember we saw each other in the training centre?
She lowers her bow. Her eyes tell me she knows I'm telling the truth.
Let me explain.
I crawl out of the water and my tail instantly vanishes.
What's going on?
I take a deep breath.
You see...
In 4, we have legends of the Landwalkers, regular people that when they touch water, change. The legend states that Landwalkers gain their powers in a moment of great need.
The games?
I nod.
There have been 73 games. What about those tributes? It's not a very common gift. There have been rumours about other tributes, but they never made it past the bloodbaths. Well, I guess we're allies now. Well, it would be nice to at least survive one day.
She stops and stares at me, confused. Suddenly I think about the past few hours and can't seem to string them together.
I ran straight here from the bloodbath. Tyler, it's been 10 days.
I stare at Katniss in shock.
It's been 10 days? I don't understand. Where have you been this whole time?
Suddenly, I remember an old song from my district.
I think I know. You see, there's this old song I remember. What song?
Ire, coming to the sea. A boy just swam out, a merman he shall be. 10 days will wait for him the transformation knee. So let's meet at sunrise standing by the sea.
So the transformation takes 10 days? If the song is true, then yes. There's cameras all over this place. How did they not see you? When I transform, my entire body turns to water for a second. I guess when I was underwater, I became invisible.
Attention, tributes, attention. The booming announcement causes us both to jump. The regulations requiring a single victor have been suspended. From now on, 3 victors may be crowned if 2 originate from the same district and equally agree on a 3rd victor. This will be the only announcement.
Peter. There can be 3 victors?
I blurt out.
Must make for better TV.
Katniss says coldly.
We have to find Peter.
Suddenly, I hear a sound.
Oh my god, Peter! Peter!
Hey. I run and help Katniss to pull him up.
We have to get him into that cave.
We get inside and Katniss cleans him up. He isn't looking good.
Hey, Tyler. Thanks for helping me. Of course. We're all in this together. Katniss, how about you stay here and I take the first watch?
She smiles and gives a grateful nod. I sit at the entrance of the cave and suddenly am thinking about my mentor, Finnick O'Dear. What could he think of all this? Suddenly, I hear a beeping noise and a parachute floats down. I run to the parachute, eager to know what Finnick has sent me. But as I open the tin, I find only 2 small tablets. I recognize them immediately. It's rat poison. I read the note. Don't trust 12. You know what must be done. Long live the Landwalkers. Finnick Landwalker O'Dear. I quickly concealed the note. Finnick is a Landwalker? I remember Annie Crystal winning her games by surviving the arena being flooded. Could she too be no ordinary girl? Finnick's plan was now clear. I would have to poison Katniss and Peter before they could kill me first. I dropped the 2 poisonous pellets into my water canister and returned to the falls. I dip my canister into the water and immediately realize what I have done. Oh no! Once again my tail flaps out and I am so angry for being so careless. As I take in how easily this transformation has occurred, I suddenly have a thought. How has Finnick managed to conceal, not feel, not let them know all these years? He was 14 when he won his games, which I assume is too young for the transformation. But he's been in the capital spotlight for years now. How has he avoided every single drop? Could he really be a Landwalker? Why would he be lying? Suddenly, everything is clear. The parachute did not come from Finnick. The poison is not his plan. It is the Game Makers. This is the Game Makers' idea. Of course. I cheated them, starved them of 10 days of drama while I was safe underwater completing my Landwalker transformation. I knew they would make me pay for this. This is their new game. They want me to kill off the star-crossed lovers. Were they really going to allow 3 victors to leave this arena alive? I'm not certain of anything anymore. I dry off and once again change back to being an ordinary boy. I grab the canister of water, now laced with poison, and head back to the cave. I arrive back just in time for Katniss to emerge.
Tyler, Peter and I have decided that we want you to be the 3rd victor. If we win, that is.
I give a nervous smile.
Thank you.
How could I do this?
Oh, is that water? Great, I'm thirsty. No!
Katniss stares at me with wide, confused eyes.
This water's awful. I'll go back to the falls and get some more.
As I walk back to the stream, I am certain of one thing. There's no way I can kill Katniss and Peter. I bend down to get some water, and suddenly I realize I am not alone. I quickly look up and my worst fears are confirmed. It is the girl from 2.
Hello, Iceman. Remember me?
Oh no, the girl from 2! How did she survive being frozen? Now she's come to finish me off.
You froze me, and Now I'm loco crazy. Wait! I'm not here to kill you.
I look at her, stunned.
What? All we want is the stupid scene girl and the bread boy.
Of course, Katniss and Peeta are the only team left. Get rid of them, and Cato and Clove will be unstoppable.
You help us get them, and we'll make you the third victor.
My mind races. If I choose Katniss and Peeta, are they really going to be able to beat Cato and Clove? I knew there was only one thing to do.
Sorry, Clove. You messed with the wrong merman.
I raise my hand to once again freeze her, and... nothing.
You silly landwalker.
Suddenly, Clove jumps in the water, and as she surfaces, I almost scream. She has grown a tail.
Surprise!
Clove is a landwalker? I stare in disbelief.
How is this possible? You're from 2. Jump in. I think it's time we had a chat. Landwalker to landwalker.
I cautiously accept her offer and jump in.
That's better. You see...
My father was from 4. When he turned 19 and was no longer eligible for the games, he was taken by the capital to 2 to train as a peacekeeper. That's where he met my mother and they fell in love. It's strictly prohibited for a peacekeeper to get married or have kids. When my mom became pregnant, it only took days for the capital to find out. And you can imagine what happened then.
But how did you find out? It was the moment you froze me. It started the transformation, and then 10 days later? Why are you telling me all this? Because it's time for the landwalkers to rise up. Join me, and we will rule Panem. What do you say?
I stare at Clove in disbelief.
You want to rule Panem as a mermaid? It's time.
Again, I am conflicted. Clove is insane, but she could be my best chance of survival.
Can I have some time to think about it? I will give you until sunset.
I nod.
Make the right choice.
Clove swims away. Peeta and Katniss will be wondering where I am. It was time I returned to them. Suddenly, I feel a sharp sting in my neck.
Oh no! Tracker jackers!
Everything goes blurry. I pass out. I am woken by a blinding light. It's the sun. How long was I out for? I make my way to standing and return to the cave.
Katniss! Peeta! It's me!
We're in here, Katniss replies.
What happened? We were so worried. Tracker jackers. Been there.
Katniss says with a grin.
Listen, I have to tell you something. It's about Clove. She's dead.
I stare in shock.
What? She's dead. Thresh got her at the feast. No way. Clove is dead?
I blurt out in shock.
Yeah, what's the problem? She was like me, a landwalker. That's impossible. That's what I said. But she was, and she was trying to take over Panem.
Katniss and Peeta stare in shock.
So what now? We've run out of food. Let's go hunting.
As we leave the cave, I suddenly consider something. Had the capital really been broadcasting my journey so far? Revealing the existence of landwalkers? Hearing about landwalker uprisings? Suddenly, I hear someone coming towards me. Katniss? Peeta? No. It's Foxface.
Hi.
I stare at Foxface in shock.
What are you doing here? I've been watching you and I know what you've been through. You've been alone this whole time?
She replies with a sad nod.
There's something you need to know. Tyler, are you over there?
Katniss calls out. Foxface flees.
Wait! What's wrong? Nothing.
Suddenly, the loud sound of the cannon goes off.
Peter! Peter! You go this way, I'll check over here.
I run and immediately come across the body. It's Foxface. She has a handful of nightlock. As I bend down, I see she is holding a note. It has my name on it. Tyler, the game makers don't change the rules. There can only be one victor. I left you some berries. Make your choice like I made mine.
Tyler!
Katniss calls out.
Let's go. Coming!
As we make our way to the cornucopia, I consider everything that has happened during the games. Were the odds ever to be in my favour? Suddenly, the cannon goes off. Thresh. That leaves only us and Cato. Suddenly, something is biting my arm and dragging me away.
Tyler!
Katniss and Peter yell. I see Katniss pointing an arrow, desperately trying to find a clean shot, but before I know it, they are out of sight. This is it. I prepare for certain death when suddenly, the mutt has disappeared. I don't understand. I look around and realize I've been dragged back to the falls, back to where my transformation occurred. Without warning, the ground under my feet quakes and I'm thrown into the water. My tail immediately appears. As I surface, I look up into the sky and gasp at the fallen tribute staring back at me. It's me. They think I'm dead? None of this makes sense. Suddenly, without warning, I am sucked under as if the entire pool is draining. I bang my head against a rock and black out. When I wake up, I am in a bed. As I open my eyes, I am shocked to see who is standing at the end of the bed.
Finnick. It's okay, you're safe. What's going on? Our goal from the beginning was to get you out alive. The moment we saw your ice powers, we knew you'd be the one. The one for what? This is the Landwalker Revolution, and you're the Merge. So the whole time, yes, there were other Landwalkers and allies who were in on it. We managed to hack the Game Maker system. We were doing all we could to get you out alive. But every time we would make a move, the Game Makers would make a countermove.
Suddenly, everything I have experienced begins to make sense.
As far as Panem is concerned, you're dead. Will you lead us?
You want me to lead the Landwalker Revolution?
Yes. Then I'll do it. I'll be your Merge.
Finnick gives a smile. What about Katniss and Peter? The games, is it over?
See for yourself.
Suddenly the door opens and in run both Katniss and Peter. I stare in shock. They immediately run and hug me.
I'm so glad you both made it out. Finnick told us everything. We're gonna stand with the Landwalkers. You're our Merge.
What about the capital? What about Snow?
Don't worry, they have no idea. We'll be ready.
The gravitas of the situation suddenly sinks in. I wasn't certain of what was to come, but I was certain of one thing. I wasn't alone.